welcome to this new video for my channel, The Mental Traveler. I'm Caro Herrera, and today I'm going to be reviewing the first two movies of the Mummy trilogy. The first one is called The Mummy, and it was released on 1999, and the second one is called The Mummy Returns, and it was released on 2001. Both movies star Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz, John Hannah, Arnold Vosloo, Odor Fair, Patricia Velasquez, and the second one also stars Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. Before I begin though, let me just say that this will be a spoiler-free video, so you can sit back and enjoy. I've always loved history and period dramas. Ever since I was a kid, the Mummy films have been like really important in my life. When I was a little kid, I wanted to be an archaeologist in Egypt, so these movies helped to fuel that dream, which didn't end up happening. Still, I love Rachel Weisz and I love Brendan Fraser, so it's really cool to see them in these really wholesome films. And I'm not reviewing the third film in the trilogy because it doesn't star Rachel Weisz, and because I didn't like it as much, and because it wasn't part of my childhood, so there's not the nostalgic element to it, and because it's set in China and the other ones are set in Egypt, and I wanted to be as a kid an archaeologist in Egypt. In the first movie, at an archaeological dig in the ancient city of Hamunaptra, Evelyn, a beautiful librarian, and Rick, an American serving in the French Foreign Legion, accidentally awaken a mummy who begins to wreak havoc as he searches for the reincarnation of his long-lost love. In the second film, the mummified body of Imhotep is shipped to a museum in London, where he once again awakes and begins his campaign of rage and terror. And it is up to Rick and Evelyn, with the help of their son Alex and their friends, to stop Imhotep. I give both movies a 4 out of 5 stars review because I have always and will always love them. Sure, they may not be perfect films, but they're pretty good. They're entertaining, they are exciting, they're romantic, they're fantastical, they have good actors, and they both tell a good story. It's interesting though because I can sympathize both with the good guys and with the bad guy, since I adore the fact that the mummy's main motivation is that of love, that of wanting to be back with a woman he loves. Also, growing up I dreamed of being an archaeologist like Evelyn, but now that I'm a bibliophile, I'm super proud of Evelyn because she's like the perfect role model. She's beautiful, she's brave, she's strong, she's a badass, and she's a librarian. Also, I'd like to share this awesome post on Tumblr that I once found because I think it's just helps to show just how great the films are. What's so great about The Mummy 1999? Are you ready for this? It is the most wonderfully made, historically inaccurate, giddily fun, perfectly spaced, goofy horror movie romance novel bullshit bonanza that has ever blessed the silver screen. I mean, it is just so beautifully full of every genre without being overwhelming. We've got comedy, action, suspense, horror, romance, adventure, ancient aesthetics, and it's a period piece, all perfectly balanced and blended into one movie. And the characters are so lit. We got our main babe, Evelyn motherfucking Carnahan, a super klutz librarian, totally history nerd, and certified badass slash damsel in distress. She raises a dead on accident because she cannot resist books and has the guts to put that motherfucker back where he came from and literally saves the world. Eve's greatest hits. Oh, what is a place like me doing in a girl like this? After totally destroying the library, I've just made a bit of a mess in the library. No harm ever came from reading a book. Evelyn, upon entering the tomb, I've dreamt about this since I was a little girl. You dream about dead guys? Oops. Then we've got Reed, Brendan Fraser O'Connell. You're not so typically battle-hardened gunslinger with a heart of gold. He seems filthy, rude, and a complete scoundrel at first, but then he turns into a literal puppy with massive hard eyes that worships the ground Evie walks on. Rick's greatest hits: screams at mommy, screams at sand, screams at things that are illogical to scream at, screams. Next is our comedic relief character Jonathan Carnahan, who also rises above his troop. He's there for the laugh, sure, but it's never useless. He actively helps to move the plot along, and it isn't just there. He also is the farthest thing from brainless and annoying. Jonathan's greatest hits: Evelyn, have you no respect for the dead? Of course I do, but sometimes I'd rather like to join them. Oh, and the time he was like Imhotep and saved his own ass, like, that was so smooth. You all know what I'm talking about, right? Then there is Arde Bey. He is the audience rolling his eyes because size, white people. He's tired of these motherfucking mummies in this modern fucking desert. Literally prettier than everyone. He has a much bigger role in The Mummy Returns, but is still so fab here. What else? I could literally talk about this movie all day. Special effects have held up pretty well. The music score is gorgeous. The costumes are amazing. The makeup, especially for Anna Moon. Oh, whoa. The George of the Jungle era Brendan Fraser, sign me the fuck up, Rachel Weisz. So many good things. It's just great. I secretly rate every action movie from O to The Mummy. There is hardly a thing I can say in its favor, except that I was cheered by nearly every minute of it. I cannot argue for the script, the direction, the action, or even The Mummy, but I can say that I was not bored and sometimes I was unreasonably pleased. Finally, I saw another Tumblr post that said that the Mummy characters, Evelyn and Richard, could be best friends with Morticia and Gomez Adams because they're like so similar. They love weird, scary stuff and they have like really healthy marriages. So that would be a really cool movie to see. But yeah, anyways, for the moment, this is all I have to say about the Mummy trilogy. I hope that one day they make a movie with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz reprising their roles. But if they don't, I still think these movies are fantastic. And I'm not alone in thinking that. Thank you so much for watching my review of the first two movies in the Mummy trilogy. Please let me know if you enjoyed it or not, as well as your own thoughts regarding the movies, ancient Egypt, or anything else that's relevant. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that you enjoyed the video. And in the description box below you can find a link to the IMDb pages for both movies in the trilogy. Anyways, I'm Caro Herrera, the Mental Traveler, and I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you're in the world. I'll be seeing you soon. Take care and goodbye!